How do you think it went this morning?
I think it went well. For the first time that they were willing to share the stage with me in a debate format, I personally believe it went well. I mean, that was the people of Arkansas talking in there. I've spent the last 17 months traveling the state of Arkansas and listening to the people of Arkansas, and that was a product of what listening will do.
Were there any topics that you thought should be covered that weren't?
No, those were pretty much the topics that you hear around the state. I mean, people are concerned about the economy, jobs. One that, of course, was not covered, which is what I alluded to, was that nobody's listening. And nobody, outside of myself, nobody addressed that issue.
How do you define success in a debate like this for a third-party candidate like yourself?
Showing up and speaking your mind, not dancing around the question, not giving the politically correct answer. Just trying to get the yes or no answer out and then explaining instead of explaining and then eventually getting to the answer that they're looking for.
Any other questions? Well, we do appreciate your time.
All right, well, thank you.
I do have a question.
Okay.
You had mentioned addressing healthcare needs of families who have special needs children. Could you expand on that a little bit more for me, please?
Well, where that came from is traveling around the state of Arkansas. The ones who are having trouble getting health care coverage are your seniors, your families, your parents with kids with special needs, and of course those with pre-existing conditions. And by readdressing and allowing the states, what I meant to get to in that was, in my answer was, if you would allow the states to dictate that you will adhere to A, B, C, and D, or you will not be able to do business in Arkansas. That way we make sure that those people are covered and that they have the opportunity to get affordable health care. But leaving it at the state level, not every state is different, as in this state, every county is different, the demographics. So what the federal government is saying is good for, let's say, New York is not necessarily good or the best answer for Arkansans. So that's why I say allow the states to dictate how they want to do business within the state of Arkansas.
I think state-mandated healthcare is a precedent and example that would ultimately be something that we could be proud of. You certainly would be able to address a lot of healthcare issues that are not currently being addressed, especially for special needs families. Are there any other initiatives for special needs families on this docket that you know of?
Not that I know of, but they don't. This subject is one that comes up every once in a while. But when it does, we have in-depth discussions on exactly what the problems are. And when I alluded to what will happen the day I take office, that is the reason for bringing the government back to the people. Because if you are in touch with the people of Arkansas and you put yourself out there every single week, at least one day a week, you will have an idea of what the troubles are with the people of this state. And by going to Washington and not being face-to-face with the people, you lose touch. You have no idea what the troubles and the problems and the concerns are. And so that's why the layered access, why after talking to the people of this state, why that's what we came up with. We can fix economy and jobs if we fix listening to the people first.
I thought it was a great idea about the satellite conferencing and then having a call center and things like that. And I think you can do that in a pretty affordable way. Are there any other means that you've utilized the information across to your voters?
Right now, there is not. That basically covers every avenue from face-to-face contact to cyberspace, and then in turn, of course, you have the U.S. Postal Service to push those who don't. Because there's a lot of folks in the state that do not take part in cyberspace.
Exactly, like senior citizens. That's the one is keeping them in the loop.
Exactly.
They used to watch TV. Really good today. Excellent.
Anything else? Thank you so very much for your time.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all.